Hi all, this is Skate, and this is part 2 to the E50-M video that was put on the channel about 2 weeks ago. And this, more than anything, we'll just class it as bonus footage. I mentioned in that previous video that I've got tons of E50-M footage recorded, so I thought I would throw a couple up on the channel. These ones are humorous. They got some funny moments in them. They got plenty of ramming in, which is exactly what you want for the E50-M. And they give nice all-round examples of the strong points of the E50-M, like the side armor, the upper plate, the ramming damage potential, all the things that make the E50-M fun. Now, I know a lot of people consider this tank to be a very underpowered, weak medium tank, but it's genuinely not. I personally think it's a very good medium tank, but it's not a conventional medium tank. So if you have stumbled across this video while looking for something to do with the E50-M, I would say go watch the part 1 because I talk about the tank in a bit of depth, and half the things I say in this video are going to obviously reference back to that part 1. But these games, more than anything, I just enjoyed playing. They were fun, and they just pinpoint exactly what I find fun and amusing about the E50-M. For example, where I am right now, I'm in a very strong position for this tank. I'm capping, and nobody has tried to come and attack me yet. The idea of being here was spotting people as they ran along, and enticing people to try and shoot at my turret. But, for some reason, nobody wanted to shoot at me here, which of course means I have to go find people to shoot at. And although the E50-M is a monstrously heavy medium tank, it still has very good mobility. And the gun, it's got poor DPM, but genuinely, it's fantastically good. The accuracy is just simply ridiculous. So when you compare DPM figures on paper, this thing loses in comparison to every other medium tank. However, does it actually lose based on that? In reality, no, because you've got the armor to bounce more shots from the other medium tanks, providing you're using it correctly, and you have a very accurate gun. So again, it's by no means a conventional medium tank, but that by no means means it's a bad medium tank. And one of the other reasons I like this tank so much, it just looks so good. It really does look great. And it's the gameplay. Aside from it looking great, it is the gameplay. It's different from other medium tanks. There's not many other medium tanks you could pick up full speed and go and ram something, which is very big and very heavy. And oh look, there is an example of what I mean right now. Drive into one of them, in a Leopard, in an Object 140, you're going to take an awful lot of damage. In an E50-M, you don't take a lot, but you do a lot. And more than anything, it's fun. Here's the situation I want to explain, actually. There's 2 tank destroyers there. I'm going to allow the tortoise to shoot me, because I've picked this guy first as being the easier one to kill, because I can keep ramming him, or tapping him rather, to do damage, and I can use my HE to finish him off quicker, which means I can then address the tortoise quicker. I do have friendlies to back me up in this circumstance, however, it still made more sense to me to pick one target, which was the easier of the 2 to take out, and then turn and try and focus my attention on the other. But games like that, it's not enough for a mastery, but it's 4,491 damage, and it was fun to play. And it was high action all the way through, with ramming, HE, APCR, more love taps rather than ramming, but it was all good fun. This one starts off a bit funny. I don't know if you noticed them, but the Grille asked the E100 to go spot. I don't know if I'm missing something, but why? There is me in an E50-M, there is an Object 140, and there is an AMX 5120. All considerably faster than an E100. Why would you ask an E100 to spot? That, more than anything, is irrelevant from the gameplay. However, when I watched this back, I went, why? I don't get why he asked him. It's irrelevant, but anyway, gameplay. My team were already most of the way through capping A, which is why I completely bypassed it and thought I'd take it as an opportunity to get all the way around on the flank and see what I can spot, light up, and help in general working over while they're capping A. And the first thing we spot is a T57 Heavy. And he has a nasty autoloader, which is why I've reversed straight back around the corner, and I'm going for his track wheel, which also sets him on fire. Bonus. Then, as he tries to make a break for it, he takes a big old hit from the Death Star on our team, which means spotting damage for me, so I have no complaints in that regard. On to the next target. And as we come around the corner, I light up the enemy Death Star, and I put one into the back of him, and then the AMX will completely unload his clip onto the tank, which means by the time I'm reloaded, I get to finish him off. So as well as finishing him off, getting 2 shots in, I got lots and lots of juicy assistance damage. And the IS-8 is focusing that AMX 5120. He's on a reload, so I can come in and face hug this guy and pretty much take his entire attention away. You'll see I'm trying to angle my front hull ever so slightly. I completely dunk that shot, so I'm going back in for a ram. Not enough to kill him though. I dunk my next shot as well, and then I think, there's no point wasting another shell, let's just squish him. I don't care how old you are, I don't care how much damage you done to a tank by doing that. Admit it, it's highly amusing to jump on top of another tank. Even if you do get your own tank stuck momentarily. It's completely worth it every single time. And regardless of the circumstance, especially when you are driving the E50-M. Now in terms of this game, we are winning so far. We've killed 3 reds, make that 4 reds, and we still have 5 left. I've just spotted the T62A, got 1 into him, and you'll notice I'm going to turn right now, and I'm going to try and side scrape long range against the T62A using that rock. Because of the angle we were at, he couldn't shoot the front of us, and the only thing he had to shoot at was the side. And now we're going to play kissy kissy chasey chasey round the rock. And that T62A is not in a situation where he can really trade hit points with me. Especially if he bounces off the side of my tank at that angle. So he's got very little health. I'm not going to chase him around the rock anymore because it's just not going to work. So I'm going to reverse and pour HE anywhere into him and finish him off. And we also managed to defend A as well. Now this one's an interesting game, because it's not just about the damage. We defended the cap, and we spotted quite a bit. Yep, there's a mastery badge for 3,829 damage, but we have very, very high base. And the reason we have such high base is because we've done over 2,500 assistance damage. And we earned 110 victory points during that battle. So all those little bits do add up. And it's the same with this one. It's just an odd game. The last one was odd because it was a mastery, and I never expected that one to be a mastery. The one before I enjoyed because it was fast action all the way through, plenty of ramming, plenty of damage, and plenty of mobility. It's just sums up the E50-M. This one, I'm going to flank. And the reason I'm going to flank is because I was hoping to find the lonely FV4202. Now nothing's guaranteed, but in a 1-on-1 situation with an FV4202, I would feel confident because you could go up to him, give him a nice love tap to get plenty of his health down with a ram, and then his turret really isn't capable enough of bouncing many shots. Ours is, on the other hand. Instead, what I find is the rear of the tank destroyers. Now I missed the first shot. Go figure though, that shot managed to hit. Now the Tortoise has turned round to address us, and he's pre-aimed for us, and we managed to get one into his cupola, but check that out. Tortoise accuracy for you, he managed to get one into ours as well. As he's on the move though, we do manage to get one into his, which means we can get moving before, and he can't get his return shot into us. Now, it's a bit of a risky shot. It's not going to go. But it would have been cool if it did. Now I thought this Tortoise was alone, so I decided to push forward on him. And as I come around the corner, I do notice the Grille has come back to join him, and does turn his attention to myself. And the Tortoise is now turning his attention back to me also. So I'm going to side scrape off the terrain, and I'm going to aim for his cupola over the rocks. That time, we managed to get it in. which obviously he replies by fully hiding behind the rock. So I'm going to go try and push on him again, and here comes the Crazy Grille. What is he doing? Granted, he's done a big old shot on me there, but watch. What is he doing? Why are you trying to ram an E50-M? What? In what situation would the... So we bounce a shot from the Grille, and we bounce one off the tortoise. And thanks to that Grille ramming me, I now have a wonderful spot to side scrape against the tortoise. I still don't understand why that Grille did that. But still, I'm not complaining. I got plenty of damage for it, and I've got a lovely place to side scrape against. In essence, that Grille was the death of his own tortoise. And more than anything, why? I genuinely don't understand why that Grille tried to ram me. Now, this guy is asking for help on my team, and I still have health left. I'm more than happy to oblige with another ram. And we do plenty of damage, and while we're reloading, while he's reloading, we'll keep giving him nice little love taps in the butt. We'll set him on fire, and that's the end of him. Now that, to me, quite simply, was just a great, fun battle. I really enjoyed that, and I have to say a big thank you to that Grille. He gave me free damage, and he gave me a nice place to side scrape from. Now, as I mentioned quite clearly, I really enjoyed that game, so that to me is a nice example of a game doesn't have to be a mastery to be enjoyable. I have so many games recorded like that I really enjoy, like this little clip. Let's reduce the effective thickness of his front armor plate by pushing him up the rock. Not many medium tanks can do that, let's be fair. I hope you have enjoyed this video, guys. E50-M, I love the thing, and more than anything, I just thought I'd share a couple of games on the E50-M because it's fun. Last final point before I end this video, if you are watching this video on the day it's uploaded, which will be Wednesday the 18th of October, make sure you tune into Just For LOL's Twitch channel tonight at 8:30 UK time. He will be hosting episode 2 of his podcast, where he will have myself, Aging Jedi and Harkonnen of the Daily Bounce as his 3 guests. We will all have webcams on, and we will all be chatting about the hot topic, which is premium tanks and wargaming. We're all going to be talking about this, sharing our opinions, our thoughts, because it does differ slightly between all the platforms. And between the mix of different people which are there, we can give a nice, hopefully we can give a nice comparative, and we can all share our opinions on premium tanks. So make sure you tune in. There is a link in the video description. If you are watching this video after the first day of it being uploaded, Just For Lols puts his podcasts on the YouTube channel, usually the weekend after said Twitch podcast took place. So if you missed it, you can always go onto his YouTube channel and check it from there. Either way, guys, thank you all very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.